well, my little rant against Aeroserve, I forgot. There actually is my position on. There's a position I have on a recurring local issue. I'll give you. It's about. I'll just tell you the story of a friend of mine. A friend of mine owned a gym, Colfax and Estes, in Lakewood. When Belmar was developed, the city gave all kinds of tax breaks to make that development attractive. And I like having Belmar there. It's a nice development. But one of the businesses that got established there was Bally, a big gym, and national. And my friend, he's independent, with his little gym on Colfax. His taxes don't go down. He doesn't get a tax break, but Bally gets a big tax break. So they've already got a huge competitive advantage by being national and being, a chain. And my friend has to continue paying his taxes at whatever the rate was, and Bally gets his tax holiday for 10 years or whatever the heck the deal was. I am totally against that stuff. It's not right. I mean, if you're trying to lure in a business, that's fine but cut the taxes for everybody. Don't give big national chains a competitive advantage over our own little guys. Yeah, totally, completely, utterly against that. And that leads into the one issue that I should have spoken of before, which I'm amazed that the Democrats didn't look. Well, people don't think this creatively, but I'm against the Amazon deal. Because we don't need, that's 30,000 more jobs. If you drive around in the middle of the day, it's not like it's rush hours all day long. Okay, I mean we're just going to have to pave over the entire city to be able to get room for the cars. I mean, there's not even room to park. I mean, Denver needs 30,000 new jobs like a hole in the head. But southeastern Colorado, here's what I would have done if I'd been governor, and I would make an offer to Amazon, but it had nothing to do with Denver, which doesn't need it. In fact, I hope Amazon picks some small town in the Rust Belt to do what they want to do. But we don't need them, right? What we should have done, you know about me in the Santa Fe Trail and my fascination with all that. Well, I know southeastern Colorado well for someone who doesn't live there, because I'm there back and forth a lot with my Santa Fe Trail Association activities. Rocky Ford is a nice little town, and there is a gigantic abandoned sugar refinery. I think it was GW, Great Western. Might have been Holly. I get them mixed up. Swink has one and with 5 miles away, and Rocky Ford has the other. I think it was Great Western. And give it to Amazon. Let them just have the whole thing. I mean, what a creative architect could do with the decaying buildings there, incorporating them into a campus. It would have been fascinating to see. So they could go buy that whole thing for $1, bring Rocky Ford back, bring the region. I mean, I've told you that I've got this idea for a seasonal boost. Well, this would be a big year-round boost to the southeastern Colorado economy. And like I said, Rocky Ford is a nice little town. So the state contribution to the development would be because if Rocky Ford driving is 3 or 4 hours away, I obviously think it's pleasant. Some people don't. They don't like the prairie, but that whatever it is. The people who would move into Rocky Ford for Amazon, they'd be making pretty good money, and they would want to have access to a cosmopolitan area like Denver. They want the attract. How do you make Rocky Ford like a suburb of Denver? That's the question. High speed rail. There should be state contribution to this whole thing. Instead of tax incentives and tax breaks and all that kind of stuff, would be to put a high speed rail connecting Rocky Ford to Denver. And obviously, routing it, here's how I would route it to get the maximum use out of it. Start off in Rocky Ford, rail going straight west to Pueblo, bring people into that fabulous Union Station redevelopment, or just tied in somehow. And from there, that's your first stop. Take 200 miles per hour, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get from Rocky Ford to Pueblo. Then next stop, you turn north. Next stop, Colorado Springs. Another 10, 12 minutes or whatever at 200 miles per hour. Next stop, Lone Tree, Highlands Ranch, the southeast corner, Meridian, all that stuff on the somewhere. Probably, the smart place would be to tie them into the light rail at Lincoln and I-25. That station, have a stop there, and then so you could end it there, and then plugging everybody into the our pre-existing light rail system. But I kind of like the idea of bringing them all the way into Union Station. This high-speed rail, from Highlands Ranch, you wouldn't be getting up to 200 miles an hour. You might want to skip it. I don't know, but it'd be nice to bring them all the way into Union Station, where they could plug into the A line out to the airport. But that's what the state contribution should have been, was to build a high-speed rail system which would turn Rocky Ford into a suburb of Denver in terms of time. And that's where we should have focused. As constantly giving free advice to Democrats, I just can't. You don't do well in the rural areas. This would have been, from a political standpoint, to fight for this really hard would have been politically extremely wise. But we competed for the sake of Denver instead of for the whole state, instead of for the economic backwaters of this state, and that's a pity. Too bad you guys don't get advice from me. I mean, I'm here.